down in the paddock with the 1600 warriors that have been dominating the class this year, Will Hall and Einan Price. It's been really close battling between them so far this year. This morning, Einan's just ahead though. Went well for you?
Went very well, yes. We've been playing around with the car this morning, just in some settings again, and the car seems to be getting better each time. I was quite happy with the first run. Very, very close. I couldn't get over how close the battle is, and then they go even faster. Then you have to pull your finger out again. And it looks like this afternoon, we never know what can happen.
For sure.
Especially with Will, determined as hell.
Absolutely. You're both pretty quick drivers. So, Will, I guess you're looking at turning the tables this afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll return the win from Loton back on this afternoon. Hopefully, if plans go right, hopefully we will.
And those vital leaders' points.
Yes, yeah. Hope to get some more points in the run-offs as well this afternoon. But we'll just see what happens.
I think he's sandbagging a bit. He is. He's just playing a game. Yeah,
that's it. Lulling you into a false sense of security.
No, anything can happen yet, can't it?
Oh yeah, anything can happen.
We both try hard, so any of us can fall off really.
Yeah.
So it's
absolutely
all to go for.
We'll keep pushing hard. Certainly we appreciate it. The spectators appreciate it, and best of luck this afternoon. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Jerry. Let's have a look at some action.
It's action indeed, James, as we sit on the line alongside Will Hall in his Ian Dayson built Force. Will has everything to play for on this run, as with both Einan Price and Steve Owen going well, he's dropping down the order. He made the cut for the morning runoff, but not the points. But now he has to qualify again, and running wide at Etoys will cost valuable time. He'll try and make that up, but it's a virtually impossible task. He's into Pardon, and that's a good exit, so it's hard on the power to the S's. Just a slight lift for the first right-hander, and he powers into the complex using all the road and some of the rumble strip. That's quick out of the left-hander too, but every fraction of a second counts when you're trying to qualify a small car like this for a British runoff. He's not done it. That small mistake at Etoys cost Will a vital chance for points. Here's Steve Owen again. The OMS constructor's having a great day in his latest car. He not only makes the cut for both runoffs, but snatches a class lead from Einan Price. So the question is, can Price regain the class lead, go one better than sparring partner Will Hall, and make the runoff? It's not going to be for want of trying. That's a storming charge into Orchard with the full chassis right on the limit. Can he get it right on the off-Canberra Tories? Yes, he's not made the same mistake as Hall, and he's well on the way up to Pardon. That's a big handful of opposite lock on the exit. He's really trying hard, but that loses time, particularly in a small car. This is quick through the S's too, and Price fights for grip out of the left-hander, but now he's got the car out of shape into semicircle. Have those lost fractions cost him time? They have indeed. Owen has taken the win, and with it, the Midland Man of the Wheating Award. With the shakedown run behind him, Paul Hames now makes his bid to grab his accustomed 2-litre class win. It's a successful one too, and a relieved Hames is able to take his place in the final runoff. With work on his potent Gould Cosworth HB finished in the paddock only yesterday and a spin during qualifying this morning, this is Rob Turnbull's first shot for championship points this season. He makes it too, with 9th place in the afternoon runoff. In the opening runoff, Mark Coley is really flying his similar Gould GR55 chassis. Running a 2.5 litre V6 Opel power unit derived from the DTM German touring car series, relatively underpowered compared to the big V8s, he brings the car home 7th, equal with Derek Young. Gearbox problems stem Paul Ranson's charge during the opening runoff in the car he shares with former champion Martin Groves. But after a lunchtime fix, his Nicholson McLaren Gould V8 is back in action, and Paul's back in the points. Let's watch 1997 champion Roger Moran in action. His son Scott, the defending British champion, is the number 1 driver now in the team, but the boss of their Ludlow-based motorhome dealership is still heavily involved. Another former rally driver, Roger's style suits Prescott, and both he and Scott have taken outright wins here. He makes the cut for the opening runoff and takes 5th place, although he just misses out later, bumped by Steve Owen. Tom Hughes having another good day on his second competitive outing in the Gould Judd V8. Both he and co-driver Chris Merrick are benefiting from each other's feedback in the cockpit, and with 6th place in the opening runoff, New claims the scalp of championship 3rd place man Derek Young. But when they come out for the second shootout of the day, he has to concede a place to Young. And here is Derek Young, aboard the biomethanol fueled Gould Judd. It's a similar Gould to News but an earlier chassis, actually the one which Graham White Jr. took to the British title in 2001 and 2002 with Opel V6 power. Young likes Prescott and consistent results today give him sole charge of third place on the championship table by close of play. Plagued by a misfire during the morning runs, Jos Goodyear failed to make the cut for the opening runoff. For the man who lay third equal on the championship table, this was bad news. But with the problem solved, the big 4 litre Pilbeam was back in action in the afternoon and Jos certainly made the most of it. He's well on his way to 5th place in the runoff, and although unable to bag a full set of points, there's still plenty of time left with 30 rounds of the championship still to run. Now it's back to James.
Thanks, Jerry. I'm down in the paddock with Tom New and Chris Merrick, new driver partnership this year in the Gould Judd. Going phenomenally well so far. Tom, what's it like to step up from a 2 litre into that sort of power?
Pretty awesome, to be honest. Yeah, it's it turns in like a dream, and the car feels nice. But the only trouble is getting used to the throttle control, and but we're obviously getting there, and I'm sure this is an early days for the season, start of the season. So.
It seems like a nice drivable engine. You're able to use that power well.
Yes, very drivable. It's I feel it puts it down well, and yeah, it's really nice.
Excellent. And Chris, what's it like to share a car again?
It's been an absolute joy so far, and I'm hoping Tom's going to be learning a bit from me, and I'm certainly learning a lot from Tom, because together I think we're going to make the car go very, very well this year. When he says he's getting there very, very quickly with his second competitive event in the car, and he's giving a lot of us an awful good run for money. So
he's getting used to it too quickly for your liking.
No, that's fine. No, if I'd have wanted somebody slower, I wouldn't have asked to be with Tom. So no, I'm absolutely delighted. I think we're going to have a good time with it.
Excellent. You have similar driving styles, so does it help you set up okay and no problems with that?
Well, so far we seem to just like exactly the same setup. So I think as time goes and we develop the car, we'll do it with that in mind to try and have a consistent car that suits both of us, and it's going to work just absolutely fine. We're having a ball actually.
Excellent. Well, we'll keep watching you, and hopefully it'll continue, and the success will keep rolling in.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Best of luck for the rest of the day, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, James. And as Chris Merrick leaves the line, we can see that his association with Tom New this year is certainly paying dividends. Based at his new Techniques operation near Southampton, Tom has done a lot of work on the car, including installing a new paddle gear shift system, which is also fitted to the Moran's car incidentally. Chris has the car hooked up well here, and after a clean exit from the tricky Torres bend, the car is sure-footed through the tight Pardon hairpin. Now 4 litres of Judd V8 power hurl the car into the S's. Through the complex, the Gould seems to be almost on rails. With 4th place in both runoffs, Merrick leaves Prescott in a challenging 4th place on the championship table. Trevor Willis finished in the championship top 3 last year, but after missing one runoff at Loton Park with gearbox problems, he's come to Prescott only 7th on the table. There are few drivers more determined than Trevor, and his spectacular style in the relatively underpowered bike V8 engined OMS is always a joy to watch. After locking wheels under braking into Ettores during the opening runoff, he does the same at Pardon, but it's still a quick run, and the man from Aylesbury's back among the top 3 finishers once again. He just fails to catch Scott Moran on the first shootout of the day, round 3 of the championship, and it's Martin Groves that comes out on top this time as he grabs the win from Moran by 0.3 of a second.
That's right, Jerry. Martin, victory in round 3 this afternoon. Pretty good day so far, but you had a few problems in there.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with that, obviously. Another win on the board, so another counting score. Yeah, we were a little bit concerned. It missed a gear on Paul going from 2nd to 3rd as he left the line, and we didn't have time to change that. I was obviously concerned that the same thing was going to happen to me, but we've now had the gears out, we've had the cluster out, had a good look. 3rd gear's pretty well scrap, so that's gone in the bin, and hopefully then it'll be spot on this afternoon.
All back in one piece. Is it the same ratio, or have you had to put a slightly different one in there?
No, we've replaced with exactly the same thing.
Excellent, so ready to go straight away this afternoon then?
Should be, yep.
Excellent, well we'll look out for you in round 4. Hopefully it'll go well for you.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Back to you, Jerry.
It's Groves on the line then for his final shot of the day in the afternoon runoff. The win this morning has pulled him clear of rival Scott Moran by a single point, and that's a margin he'll be determined to increase. Martin's renowned for pulling a sensational run out of the bag at the critical moment. Can he do it again in round 4? Up into Pardon, he's on the pace, quicker than anyone in the runoff so far. Hurling the Ghoul through the wooded section of the Cotswold Hill, the former 3 times champion looks in a class of his own as he dives into the S's. This is his best run of the day, but will it be quick enough to hold off defending champion Moran, who's already lining up for his final run? 37.02 is the fastest run of the day so far. That's really thrown down the gauntlet to his long-time rival, who wastes no time in getting off the line. At 103 miles an hour under the bridge, he exactly matches Grove's speed into Orchard. At Torres is a few hundredths up. This is quick into Pardon too, but Moran loses time on the exit, and by halfway he's now down on Groves' time. This needs to be quick through the S's, and it is, but a tail slide on the exit costs more valuable fractions of a second. Scott gives it everything through the final long right at semicircle. The time to beat is 37.02, and he's not done it. Martin Groves has pulled another one back. So after round 4, 2 more wins for Groves have eked out a slender 2-point lead over 2008 champion Scott Moran. Well clear of the field, these two already seem to be in a class of their own, but several potential challengers are waiting in the wings. With just 1 point between each of the next 4 contenders, Chris Merrick is challenging Derek Young hard, while Trevor Willis and Joss Goodyear each have a round in hand. Join us in a few weeks' time when we travel to the north of England for Barber Manor and Harewood, and then south to Wiltshire's fast Gerston Down course.